let's get your kind of views on how that is going to pan out, that situation at the top. You talked about Dubois' fight with AJ, and he needs to win that to solidify himself as a legitimate world champion. Do you see him doing that, or do you see AJ becoming a 3-time world champion?
I think AJ will beat him, but it'll be a good fight because AJ's no fought anybody since, well, Usyk. He's no, I mean, he can't, he done what he should have done against the MMA guy. He beat the guy on a week's notice who failed the drugs test.
Hellenius, yeah.
Hellenius, and who else did he beat there? Who did he beat the last fight? Was it Hellenius?
No, the last fight was Ngannou, and then Hellenius before that, wasn't it? And then I'm trying to remember.
No, Hellenius.
Otto
Was
Wallin.
Hellenius not? Who? Oscar
Beat
Wallin.
Otto Wallin as well, didn't he? Yeah.
Who got beat against Sosolowski and never got a decision.
Oh yeah, I remember that fight.
Yeah, so look, I'm not knocking AJ, but his opponents haven't been of the highest quality, which may play into Daniel's hands. But if Daniel beat AJ, get him to come and fight Martin Bakole, because I'll guarantee you he won't. Frank Warren said in an interview yesterday they would take the fight with Martin Bakole. No, they won't.
So they won't. Frank's not being entirely honest there.
I'm just telling you, he wouldn't take the fight. And if he does, he'll get what Anderson got, but quicker. I've always said he'll knock him out within 6 rounds. No problem. Just too good for him.
And what about Joshua? Do you think he'd fight Martin if he comes out on top in September?
Joshua's been offered the fight, and he said no in Congo. So I'm told.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose for Joshua, if he wins in September, he'll have more to lose at that point.
Joshua will fight bigger fish. Joshua's got. Nobody wants to see the Usyk third fight. Come on, he gets schooled in the 2 fights. Although he's slightly better in the second one, he still got beat handily enough. The fight Joshua wants is Fury because it's massive in the UK. But will Fury fight on? If he lost to Usyk, I don't know. And even if he didn't, he'd be out the ring for a long, long time, and he'd have a rest and a break. I mean, he could be out the ring for another 8, 9 months, 10 months. It could be next November that they'd fight, because it could be a year away, a year and a half, a year in Christmas that they maybe fight AJ. Because who wants to wait that long? Come and fight Martin Bakole.
Do you think Fury beats Usyk in the rematch?
He's got the capabilities to beat anybody on the planet. Fury is an exceptional fighter. It all depends on his mindset, I think. I'm glad he's kept the same team, as long as each and every one of them know their role in the corner.
Yeah, I mean, who's got to lay that law down about who's got which role? Is it Tyson himself?
No, the coach. Nobody tells me what to do in my corner. Nobody. But I have people. I've got Jamie Sheldon, who I think is the best cut man in the country, and a genuinely nice man.
Yeah,
keeps his mouth shut. Does his job. He's got approximately 50 seconds to work on Martin if need be. He's got 50 seconds. I let him do his job. He does my job, and just work together. But too many voices in the corner is a bad thing.
It seems like quite a big challenge to get someone with the personality of Big John Fury to stay quiet between rounds when his son's in the thick of it.
Listen, I've got all the time in the world for Big John. He's been nothing but a big gentleman to me when I go down to Morecambe, and Big Martin for sparring. I'm not here to knock him, but if Sugarhill as the main coach, he's got to respect that. He's got to respect it, because all it does is the boxer's sitting in the chair and he's hearing his dad there and he's hearing Sugarhill. And if his dad's screaming in his ear there and talking over the coach, he think there's a nervous energy coming from his father. So in the boxer's mind, whether it be Tyson, Joe Bloggs, or whoever, the boxer thinks there's something wrong here. I'm doing something wrong. What am I doing wrong? And he's getting, different voices, and there was other voices as well coming in. Andy was speaking as well. It was just, it was wrong, but everybody means well. You know what I mean? Because they're all good people. Andy Lee is a fantastic coach. John's a big gentleman, so he is a big cracking guy. And Sugarhill. I mean, I went home. I went home after the fight and I went back to the hotel on Saturday and went out with the team just for something to eat. We went into this big bar in Los Angeles just to watch the Terence Crawford fight. And who's sitting at the next table? Sugarhill. And it looked like, I think he's certainly a man, looked like his brother and a friend of his. And we know each other. We shook hands during the week. We shook hands before and after the fight. But if he's the main man in the corner, that's exactly what he's got to be, the main man.
And you mentioned sparring there. There was obviously lots and lots of stories, reports of Martin's prowess in sparring with some of these big guys and what he'd done to them. Do you think now, after what's happened against Jared Anderson, the public at large will now believe those stories?
I don't care. Listen, as Martin says, Martin would rather have no mentioned about sparring things, about sparring stories, but he was getting nowhere fast, getting fights. So people asked him and they told him the truth. And it is the truth. I mean, but people have added bits on saying that we knocked out AJ. We never knocked out AJ. They're saying they knocked out Tyson. We never knocked out Tyson. Did they stop Daniel Bowe? Yes, he did. Did they make him quit? Yes, he did. Did they break his nose? Yes, he did. Did they batter Joe Joyce? Yes, he did. Did Joe Joyce damage Martin with body shots and make him sick? No, he didn't. Because he was sick 20 minutes before the spar and at the end of each and every round during the spar. Did they refuse to fight him on 3 separate occasions? Yes, they did. So stop talking shite, and people should just admit things that happened are fact, no fiction, fact.
You've clearly got a lot of respect for Fury and his capabilities, and I'm sure the same for AJ and Usyk. But are you confident enough in your man now that you'd put him in with any of them and you'd back him to win?
1,000,000%. I want, if Usyk wins, Usyk wouldn't be keen on fighting Martin Bakole. Usyk's, I think it's his manager, Kilmas.
Aegis Klimas, yeah, he's his manager.
I met him on Saturday night. He says he's an outstanding talent. He says he'll win the world title. And this was after the fight. He says, I told them all what was going to happen to Anderson. He says Bakole's been in camp with us. He says, exceptional talent. I said, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people won quite a lot of money on Martin. I know that, probably doesn't affect you, but the fact that he won by stoppage as well, I think, yeah, the odds were pretty good.
I think half a green girls were on him at 6 or 7 to 1 to win in the first 5 rounds. So he timed it well. He had a minute to go. He was teasing them all.
Brilliant. That's great stuff. But yeah, have you got a preference between Joshua, Fury, Usyk, if they're kind of established top 3?
No, listen, these are the guys that Martin wants to fight because they're the 3 best heavyweights out there. Of that, there's little doubt. We'll fight any of them. Any of them.